all that. Well, I drink about a mug in the morning. My house. I usually drink it at work. Yeah, it's good. I know that. Some ladies
Reverend Travis Tamarius.
Let us pray. Gracious God, as we gather together to celebrate the achievements of these graduates, we are reminded of the timeless words of the Apostle Paul, who spoke of the abiding gifts of faith, hope, and love as the signature of a life well lived. We pray that you be with us today as we honor these students who have worked so hard to reach this moment. May their achievements thus far continue to inspire their faith tomorrow. May their future be filled with hope as they take the next steps in their journey, confident in their education to prepare them for a lifetime of learning and for the new challenges of tomorrow. And may their lives be characterized by love as they seek to make a difference in the world and serve others with humility and compassion. As we gather today in grateful celebration, may this day be a reminder to all of the goodness of life and the joy of accomplishment that comes through hard work and dedication. For this we pray. Amen. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2023 commencement ceremonies of William Wood University. My name is Amy Sapp and I am the University Provost. I have just a few announcements before we get started. First off, in the very unlikely event of an emergency which would require evacuation, we will interrupt the ceremony with information and instructions. But please take note of your closest exit. For those of you seated in the back half of the auditorium, you can utilize the doors that you entered through. If you're in the front half, there are exit doors on either side in the front that you can use. At this time, we'll also ask you to please double check your electronic devices to ensure that they are on silent to minimize any disruptions to the ceremony. And now I would like to introduce our platform party joining me on the stage this afternoon. Beginning on your far left, Dr. Tom Frankman, Faculty Marshal, Major General Byron Bagby, your commencement speaker and member of the William Wood University Board of Trustees, Dr. Jeremy Moreland, President of William Wood University, Dr. Ted Blashak, Chief Student Experience Officer, Reverend Travis Tamarius, University Chaplain, Dr. Tony Antonaro, Vice President for Advancement, Mr. Steve Mansdorfer, Chief Financial Officer, and Dr. Tim Kazmarek, Assistant Faculty Marshal. So welcome to everyone, faculty, staff, family, friends, but most importantly you, our graduates. What a great day it is for you today. I'm sure you're filled with all kinds of emotions. I hope you're all really proud of the things that you've accomplished. I know that many of you earned these degrees while you were juggling a full-time job, raising children, maybe trying to keep some semblance of a social life at the same time. It's a huge accomplishment for all of you, and today is your day to celebrate. So let's get started. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jeremy Moreland to introduce your commencement speaker.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Provost Sapp. Yes, it is my pleasure next to introduce our keynote speaker for the class of 2023 Graduate Commencement Ceremony. So, honor, duty, sacrifice, and distinction describe the remarkable career of Byron S. Bagby. He's a native right here of Fulton, Missouri. General Bagby went on to serve his country for 33 years in the U.S. Army, retiring with the rank of Major General. His sterling military career, indeed, how about it? But there's more. His sterling military career included service as Commandant of the Joint Forces Staff College, Chief Operating Officer of the Office of Military Cooperation, managing security programs valued at $1.3 billion, with a B, annually, Chief of Staff for the U.S. Army in Europe, directing activities for over 1,000 personnel in 30 locations in 9 countries, assignments to 5 of the Army's 10 combat divisions, service at the Pentagon and U.S. Military Academy at West Point, appointment by the Secretary of Defense to the Defense Advisory Committee on Diversity and Inclusion, and serving in multiple combat deployments. Since retiring from the military, General Bagby has served as managing partner of BMB Solutions LLC, an independent consulting firm specializing in executive leadership development and coaching, strategy development, and governance. He is a certified true growth leadership facilitator and authentic leadership development coach through the Chamber Bay Institute, and has coached in these roles more than 400 leaders. He has won numerous honors and decorations in his career, including induction into the Fulton Public Schools Hall of Fame, the Ranger Tab, 2 Army Distinguished Service Medals, 4 Defense Superior Service Medals, 2 Legions of Merit, and the Bronze Star. Like I said, there was more. We are honored to have General Bagby currently serving on the William Woods Board of Trustees, and he is a graduate of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and also of Westminster College, a little place down the street. He and his wife Monique have 2 adult children and 2 grandchildren and live in Alexandria, Virginia. Please join me in providing a warm welcome to Major General Byron S. Bagby.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank Dr. Moreland for that very kind and generous introduction. I am honored to have been selected to serve as the speaker for the 2023 William Woods University Commencement Ceremony. And a huge thank you to Dr. Moreland and his senior staff for inviting me. I know they had many other options for who to invite, but for them to have invited me, it means a tremendous amount, and I don't take that lightly. When I began planning for this speech, for today's events, I called my daughter Jessica, who graduated from the University of Louisville undergraduate and University of Cincinnati from graduate school, and I asked for her advice as to how I should craft my remarks for today's ceremony. Her response was quick, it was direct, and very, very personal to me. Her response was, "Dad, whatever you do, don't talk a long time. Keep your comments short." So my comments today will be very short. And I'm sure if I talk more than 12 or 13 minutes, Dr. Moreland will have the university audiovisual staff turn off the sound system. So I'll have to sit down at that point. But I am glad to be here. All of us present today would agree that today is a very, very special day. It's a special day for the parents, the relatives, significant others, friends, and faculty members of those who are graduating today with graduate degrees from William Woods University. Finally, it's a special day for the 108 graduates today who will earn their graduate degrees from William Woods. A very, very proud day for each and every one of you, and I am glad to be here and celebrate this with you. My mother worked at William Woods University for almost 30 years. And I've had the privilege and the honor of meeting some of the legends in William Woods history. This afternoon, we are in the Dr. Randall B. Cutlip Auditorium. Dr. Cutlip was the president of William Woods from 1960 until 1980. This campus center that we're in is named for Dr. Amy Shelton McNutt, a William Woods graduate and also one of our most significant benefactors. Our sports complex is named for Miss Helen Stevens, also a William Woods graduate and a gold medal winner in the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. I have met all three of these individuals. They are a key part of the history of the Woods. This afternoon, April 29, 2023, you 103 graduates who will earn your graduate degree are now a part of the history of William Woods. And you will take your part in the history of this great institution. And I am proud of each and every one of you. I know that most of you are waiting on me to give you some advice. What do you have for us, General? Come on, tell us something so we can take it with us as we move on to the next part of our lives. This afternoon, I have two very basic elements of advice to share with you. First, be yourself. And secondly, make a difference in the world. I'll talk about being yourself first. A friend of mine once said, the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you discover why you were born. Basically, the day when you discover your life's purpose. What are you all about? What are your personal core values? And we all have our own set of personal core values. Another friend named Bird said that we are all born originals, but it's disappointing to see that people of all ages spend a lifetime trying to be someone else. So my advice to you is be yourself. Now that doesn't mean you don't follow the example of role models and mentors, but take aspects of what they do in your professions and in your lives and adapt them to your own personality and your own set of personal core values. As you're being yourself, try to make a difference in the world, in your professional life, in your neighborhoods, in your families, in our nation. Try to make a difference in the world. I'll share a story with you that I read a number of years ago called The Starfish Story. It was adapted from an essay called The Star Thrower, written by Lauren Isley. And it reads as follows. Once upon a time, there was an old man who used to go down to the ocean every day to do his writing. He had a habit of walking along the beach every morning before he began his work. Early one morning, he was walking along the shore after a big storm had passed, and the vast beach was littered with starfish as far as the eye could see. Off in the distance, the old man saw a small boy walking. As the boy walked, he would stop every so often, and as he grew closer, the man could see the boy bend down, pick up an object, and throw it into the ocean. The boy came closer still, and the man called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is that you're doing?" The boy paused. He looked up and replied, "I'm throwing starfish into the ocean. The tide has washed them onto the shore. They can't return to the beach, to the water by themselves. When the sun gets high, they will die unless I throw them back into the water." The old man replied, "There must be tens of thousands of starfish out here. I'm afraid you won't really make much of a difference." The boy bent down. He picked up one more starfish. He threw it into the water. He turned to the old man and smiled and said, "It made a difference for that one." Now the point here is that you can always make a difference. It may only impact and help one person, but do what you can to help that one individual whenever you have that opportunity. And if you forget those two things about being yourself and making a difference, I have a 5-letter acronym to share with you that I think will help you in different parts of your lives. And those 5 letters make up the word GRACE. G-R-A-C-E. GRACE. When you take those 5 letters, the first letter is G, which represents gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. Be gracious and thankful for those who've helped you in any way in your personal lives or in your careers. Show gratitude to your relatives. Show gratitude to those co-workers in your workplace for what they do for you. Show gratitude to your professors who helped you throughout your graduate studies here at William Woods. That's the letter G, gratitude. Next is the letter R for resilience. Even though you've gone through the pandemic, you're going to hit tough times in your life. All of us do. In the workplace, in your professions, in your families, in your neighborhoods. Do what you can to withstand those difficult times and develop coping strategies to help you get through those difficult times. And I'm sure that you will do that. So now we have G for gratitude and R for resilience. The next is the letter A, attitude. Pure and simple attitude. Maintain a positive attitude. I read a quote some number of years ago written by Dr. Charles Swindoll, and I'll read a portion of it for you this afternoon. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than successes, than failures. It's more important than what other people think, say, or do about you. The remarkable thing is, we have control over the attitude that we will adapt for a given day. I'm convinced that attitude is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we respond to those things that happen to us. So it is. We are in charge of our own attitudes. Dr. Charles Swindoll. So now we have G for gratitude, R for resilience, and A for attitude. Next is C, common sense. Really, if it was common, I don't think it's that common, but you don't see it very often, but it's about common sense. And Wikipedia defines common sense as sound, practical judgment concerning everyday matters, or basic ability to perceive, understand, and judge in a manner that is shared by nearly all people. I read a quote by Carol Breuer some years ago about common sense, and it reads, "The best education anyone can get is a degree in common sense from the University of Life." And we all should be lifelong students in that university to develop and apply common sense. So now we have G for gratitude, R for resilience, A for attitude, and C for common sense. The last letter is E, endurance. Keep yourself fit. Keep yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually fit. Plan for the long term. Life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. So plan for the long term and keeping yourself fit. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines endurance as the ability to withstand hardship or adversity, the ability to sustain prolonged, sustained effort, and the instance of enduring or suffering. That's thinking about the long term. So now we have G for grace, G for gratitude, we have R for resilience, A for attitude, C for common sense, and we have E for endurance. Those are things that I ask you to keep in mind as you move from this phase of your life to the next, and then several more throughout your lives. As I move toward closing, I ask you to do two things. Be yourself. Be you. Develop your own identity, your own personality, your own core values. And second, make a difference in the world, in your family, within your sector, your sphere of influence. Do what you can to make a difference. And finally, keep in mind the acronym GRACE. Gratitude, resilience, attitude, common sense, and endurance. It's been an absolute honor for me to have served as your commencement speaker for this 2023 William Woods University graduate ceremony. I'm grateful to Dr. Moreland again and his team for inviting me to speak this afternoon, and I'm glad to celebrate with you another phase in your lives. Thank you for what you will do moving forward in your lives. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless each and every one of you today, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
How about one more round of applause for General Wagner? Thank you, General, for your moving words to our graduates. Your life story is so inspiring, and we're honored to have you delivering our commencement address here today, so thank you, sir. In fact, it was an honor this morning for us to bestow upon you an honorary doctorate from William Woods University, which was our ceremony for our bachelor's students. You indeed exemplify leadership, honor, and service in all that you do, including your service as a trustee of this historic yet innovative institution. So thank you again. All right. So good afternoon again, William Woods University. It is my privilege to welcome again all of our graduate students and who are members of the class of 2023 and their parents and spouses, children and families, and loved ones, all and friends. We're so glad that you're here along with us to help celebrate our graduates today. And I'd also like to point out your esteemed faculty and staff who are here to help celebrate as well. How about a hand for everyone here at the university who has It's an honor to work with these people every day in support of you. So, class of 2023, as professionals who had a vision to pursue a graduate degree, you are individuals who have already excelled in the working world in many ways. Many of you already have made your mark in leading your organizations and wanted to enhance your career with a graduate degree, or in some cases, another graduate degree. That vision is what led you to William Woods, or led you onward here at William Woods, and today we're here to celebrate that vision. The vision you have turned into reality. So joining me up here on the platform, we have our faculty who have helped you along the way, and we in the audience, those who have helped you at home and abroad. So just know that this community is here in support of you on your journey and in celebration of your success here today. Thanks to all of these groups for what you have done to support this amazing class of 2023. It is your support, both in front of me and behind me, that has brought these students to the point of being just moments away from having their degrees conferred. As professionals, you make numerous decisions on a daily basis. But today I want to acknowledge what I believe has been one of your very best decisions that you could ever possibly make, which was to choose the remarkable private and personalized graduate education that you received here at William Woods University. So here at the Woods, we always have been and continue to be firmly committed to helping students realize their dreams through a high-quality, professions-oriented university education, which has consistently proven to be the best investment anyone can make in their own future. And we have strived to make your time here at William Woods the best possible and rewarding graduate education experience any individual possibly could have, including things like the following. We have classes with professors who have helped to make you excited to learn, as well as long-term relationships with those professors. You know who they are. The professors who captured your attention and really prompted your curiosity and engaged you with the material. As educators, many of you as educators, you know just that kind of teacher and strive to be just that kind of teacher and school leader yourselves. Also, you've engaged in the cultivation of long-term relationships with those professors and other university staff, and dare I say administrators, who have cared about you as an individual and have been invested in your success. I'm sure you recognize some of those very people up here on stage and maybe out elsewhere in the auditorium with us today. And you've also found those mentors who have pushed you to reach your goals. Professors who caused you to dig deep and work diligently for that hard-earned grade, or perhaps an advisor who urged you to take that class that you were hesitant to take, maybe a quantitative class for some of us, or your dissertation chair who asked you to make just one more revision. Can anyone relate with that? Just one more revision to an already developed draft that you were weary of reading yet again, all to make you even better and even stronger. Or working on long-term projects related to topics that interested you, such as master's thesis, seminar papers, and yes, of course, those dissertations. And you've engaged in activities outside the classroom as well that made the graduate experience at the Woods even more transformative, such as workshops and conferences, cohorts and project partnerships and seminars as well, all geared towards preparing you for continued success and future success in leadership roles in your organizations. The fact is, all of you have grown so much during your time at the Woods and are equipped even more effectively with the necessary skills and education to emerge from your time with us as even stronger leaders. And as you prepare to take that next step in your career, or to continue with the next step that you've already embraced, it is important to understand that the role of leadership, the value, the importance of the role of leadership in today's world. Today, leadership is indeed an interdisciplinary venture. It demands essential skills like those that you have now developed here at William Woods, where we make it our vision to build today's and tomorrow's leaders. Your courses in ethics, critical analysis, plus other vital skills like emotional intelligence and intercultural competence, all together affording you the ability to identify and harness one's own emotions and apply them to tasks like thinking and problem solving, and of course leading, have helped you hone the qualities that you need to lead yourself and others. All of these experiences, which have comprised your time at the Woods, have uniquely positioned you to understand the complexities of organizations and people that will serve you well in your future endeavors, particularly those of you who seek leadership roles. And to lead, it's important to commit yourself to lifelong learning, as you already have. Self-initiated education is crucial in continuing to grow both professionally and personally, so continue to develop knowledge and skills throughout your life, both formally and informally. Commit to learning your purpose in life. Discover what you're meant to do, who you're meant to be, who you're meant to do that with, and do it with purpose. As the great John Wooden once observed, it's what you learn after you know it all that really counts. Remember to always honor those who have supported you in your education. These are the people who have invested in you, both literally and emotionally, and your future. Give back to them when you can. Many opportunities have been created for you by those who preceded you, including the William Woods University alumni, your family, members of your organizations, and your friends. It's important to reciprocate that support with your insight, your time, and your generosity when you can. You have already achieved great things in your lives, and for that, I commend you. It is my hope that each of you will continue moving forward, continue moving up, continue pursuing your goals, and never, ever stop learning. We're thrilled to welcome you to the distinguished ranks of William Woods University alumni, for some of you yet again, and congratulations to the class of 2023. And now, this is the exciting part. It's my pleasure to honor Dr. Sapp, to welcome Dr. Sapp back to the podium here to begin the presentation of your degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Moreland. All right, graduates, I think it's time. Are you ready? Yes? Okay, let's do it. All right, will the graduating class of 2023 please stand? Dr. Moreland, in accordance with unanimous directive from the Board of Trustees, based on a recommendation from members of the faculty and administration, and by virtue of the power vested in me as Provost of William Woods University, it is my esteemed pleasure to present to you the 2023 graduating class. You may be seated. We will now proceed with the awarding of the diplomas to this year's graduating class. Dr. Kazmarek will call the candidates to the platform. This is a joyous occasion, and we know that no degree is ever achieved alone. We know that all of you in attendance want to share in this celebration, so we invite guests to please stand as your graduate proudly receives their diploma.
For Master of Arts, Organizational Leadership, Amy Catherine LeCount. Julia Caroline Campbell. Carrie M. Stevens. Christina Love Watson. For Master of Business Administration, Andrea Denise Grable. Bruna Pachiaco. Hillary Eubank. Patrick N. Shelopov. Mackenzie Reed Vessler. Grant Alexander Bond. Andrew Thomas Fife. Abigail Diane Prather Turner. Jackson Cole Weber. Jack A. Niggemeyer. Deborah Suzanne Thornburg. Rachel Kathleen Kemker. Daniel Dwayne Hobbs. Alicia Marie Engelbrecht. Carly Elizabeth Sukert. Madison Catherine Ashfall. Tracy Dean Bolte. For Master of Education, Tori Michelle Rosenthal. Crystal Ann Bergdorf. Tyler Michael Hamilton. Lisa Faye Harper. Brandy Nicole Cunningham. Roger David Van de Zandt. Amanda Renee Kaiser. Katura Kimberly Atherton. Amanda Jeanette Hope. Kenneth Lamont Robinson. Catherine Ann Prendergast. Mariah Brianne Wiltsius. Jennifer Wood. Abigail Christine Kurtz. Anne Renee Reynolds. Wendy Robinson. Kirsten Wren Eckhoff. Morgan Marion Crooks. Jesse Ramos. Michael Gambos. Ashley Cree Jockman. Audra Kelsey Telshevsky. Corey Jolynn Vance. Chelsea Jean Wisdom. Hannah Lee Vines. Jordan Elizabeth Hunter. For Master of Health Administration, Heather McHatton. Heather Christine Welch. Mark Douglas Williams, Jr. Brandy Marie Mavis. Freedom Danielle Pollard. Guy Ray Vinson. For Education Specialist, Ashley Ann Arwood. Craig Robert Hudson. Melissa S. Franklin. Jessica L. Rogers. Lindsay Rose LeBrier. Netta Faye Oren. Casey Leanne Corwin. Clayton Matthew Collier. For Doctor of Education, Dr. Heather Renee Van Otterloo. Gifted Education Identification Practices and Equity in Missouri K-12 Schools Gifted Programs, Dr. J. Michael Pragman, Chair. Brianna J. Bankhauser, teachers' perceptions on field and clinical experiences and its effects on their practices. Dr. Lisa Nievenhausen, chair. Dr. Casey Schwartz Eckelmeyer, teacher perceptions of teaching during a one-to-one Chromebook initiative. Dr. John Long, chair. Dr. Sergey Yakovlev, Missouri principal, self-reported professional development needs and familiarity with policies and practices of an ELL program. Dr. Francesco Giuseppe, chair. Dr. Ellery Blake Bay, developing and retaining teachers in Title I schools. Dr. John Long, chair. Dr. Ashley Bree Stanton, the exploration of self-guided and teacher-directed credit recovery courses in a Midwestern district. Dr. Francesco Giuseppe, chair. Dr. Tina K. Croy, RTI Success in Rural North Missouri Schools. Dr. James McKinn, chair. Dr. Stephanie A. Cooper, perceptions of professional dress attire on student behavior in the secondary classroom. Dr. Gretchen Guittari, chair. Dr. Valerie Videla Ivy, the impact of one-to-one technology integration initiatives on student engagement. Dr. Bobby Joe Lewis, chair. Dr. Tasha Lene Tilford, perceptions of principals' leadership behaviors influence on teacher retention. Dr. Christy Lorenz, chair. Dr. Lisa Johnson Northrup, the teacher perception of utilizing brain breaks in the upper elementary grades for improved behavior, attendance, and cognitive engagement. Dr. Christy Lorenz, chair. Dr. Brad Dale Briscoe, a phenomenological study of the lived educational experience during the COVID-19 pandemic for high school teachers and students in the Midwestern United States. Dr. J. Michael Pragman, chair. Dr. Lori Jean Mertz, response to the COVID-19 pandemic by K-12 public school districts and the effect on student achievement. Dr. John Long, chair. Dr. Dawn Marie Smith, factors influencing school leaders' implementation of educational equity, a case study. Dr. J. Michael Pragman, chair. Dr. Tiffany N. Dixon, a grounded theory-based collective case study of teacher perception of professional development and intersectional group identification. Dr. John Long, chair. Dr. Micah Andrew Fritz, academic success and student achievement standards. Dr. Lisa Nievenhausen, chair. Dr. Amy Fagg, administrator and teacher perceptions of effectiveness of Grow Your Own programs. Dr. Christy Lorenz, chair. Dr. Patrice Ann Cook, the impact of positive behavior supports in students with traumatic brain injuries. Dr. Kyle Anderson, chair. Dr. Dawnette K. Deerking-Whisker, the influence of participation in a teacher leadership program on teacher self-efficacy. Dr. Leslie Trogdon, chair. Dr. Lynn Elizabeth White, social competence in elementary students with autism compared with typically developing peers. Dr. Gretchen Guittari, chair. Dr. Jason Lee King, impact of professional learning communities on elementary MAP scale scores for math and communication arts. Dr. Tom Franklin, chair. Dr. Melinda Ann Wheeler, The Assimilation of Women in K-12 Educational Leadership, Dr. John Long, Chair. Dr. Patrick J. McGinnis, an examination of a middle school connections program, Dr. Lisa Niebenhausen, Chair. Dr. Mara Lee Mitchell, consecutive enrollment in secondary performing arts courses and scholastic achievement in public schools, Dr. J. Michael Pragman, Chair. Dr. Mary Catherine Martin, the impacts of administrative leadership on collective teacher efficacy, Dr. Gretchen Guittard, Chair. Dr. Sarah E. Larson, Perceptions of Leadership, Self-Efficacy Development in Students Enrolled in Educational Leadership Doctoral EDD Programs, Dr. John Long, Chair. Dr. Jessica K. Bax, One Step Forward or Two Steps Back, Elementary Education in a Pandemic, Dr. Shanna Schwartzer, Chair. Dr. Joseph Allen Lockstead, High School Algebra 1 Teachers' Perceptions and Self-Efficacy Towards Providing Response to Intervention, Dr. James Buchanan, Chair. Dr. Hannah Elise Fritsch Dunze, The Extent of Value for Special Education Students in Agricultural Education Programs in Missouri, Dr. John Long, Chair. Dr. Janet Ann Clark Brewer, Implementing Project-Based Learning in Missouri and Arkansas Schools, Dr. Tom Franklin, Chair. Dr. Sarah Wisdom, Breaking the Glass Ceiling, Where are school districts losing our female leaders and how can school districts foster their continued climb to the superintendency, Dr. Christy Lorenz, Chair. Dr. Suzanne Michelle Rexroth, Job Satisfaction in the Mid to Late Career Educator, Dr. Leslie Trotkin, Chair. Dr. Catherine Lynn Rice, Signs of Suicide, An Educator's Perspective of Teenage Suicide, Dr. Francesco Giuseppe, Chair. Dr. David Norman Bates, A Correlational Study of In-Person Instruction and Virtual Instruction During the Pandemic, Dr. Lisa Niebenhausen, Chair. Dr. Hector Jesus Ramirez, Exploring the Educational Efficacy of Conference Models in Elementary School Settings, Dr. Francesco Giuseppe, Chair. Dr. Daniel Aaron Miller, Teacher Perceptions Surrounding the Implementation and Efficacy of Real-World Learning in the Midwestern School District, Dr. Francesco Giuseppe, Chair. Dr. Taylor Nicole John, What Does It Mean to Be Good at Math? A Look at Student and Teacher Perceptions, Dr. J. Michael Pragman, Chair. Dr. Catherine Ruth Giovanni, The Reading Dichotomy, Teachers' Perspectives on Code-Based and Meaning-Based Reading Instruction, Dr. Stacy Quinn, Chair. Dr. Michelle Jacqueline Peterson, Compassion Fatigue, Compassion Satisfaction, Burnout, and Teacher Efficacy Experienced by Elementary School Educators through the COVID-19 Pandemic, Dr. Christy Lorenz, Chair. Dr. Corey Cooper-Scott, Moderating Effects of Preference for Text Delivery Mode on Reading Comprehension and Learning, Dr. Francesco Giuseppe, Chair. Dr. Frank Staple III, Factors that Influence High-Level Technology Integration in Rural High-Minority Schools, Dr. Christy Lorenz, Chair. Dr. Tanisha Daniel Love, the impact of trauma in the classroom, teachers' lived experiences adapting to students exposed to trauma. Dr. John Long, Chair. Dr. Kenise L. Salinas Willett. Closing the racial gap, investigating the impact of teacher preparation programs on teachers' understanding of self-efficacy and cognitive dissonance and its impact when teaching students of color, Dr. Lisa Niebenhausen, Chair. Dr. Robert Lee Jr. A critical race theory analysis of a Midwest city's urban and suburban alternative program which has been impacted by trauma. Dr. J. Michael Bragman, Chair.
As our last almost graduates find their way back to their seats, how about a round of applause for all of today's graduates? So as scholars, you'll find you operate a lot of words, papers, journal articles, theses, dissertations, publication manuscripts, but the following words are some of my favorite that I get to say in my career. So if you'll indulge me. Today's graduates, if you'll please rise. By the authority vested in me as president of William Woods University and by the state of Missouri, I take great pleasure in conferring upon each of you the degree to which you are entitled with all of the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining. My warmest congratulations to each of you and to the parents and families, spouses and friends and other loved ones who have supported you in accomplishing this most worthy of achievements. How about a hand for our graduates? Go ahead and switch it to the left. All right. Patrick, switch it over to the left. All right, outstanding. All right. How about one more hand for the class of 2023? You can have a seat for just a few more moments. It's now my pleasure to welcome my colleague, Provost Sapp, back to the podium.
All right. As you all know, commencement is not an ending, but rather it is a beginning. One really important part of that beginning is your new relationship with William Woods University. At this time, Dr. Antonoro will welcome you to our alumni family.
Thank you, Dr. Sapp. President Moreland, distinguished guests, General Bagby, University administration, faculty, and staff, supportive friends and family, and most of all, the 2023 graduating class of William Woods University. It is my distinct pleasure to stand before you today on behalf of University Advancement and the William Woods University Alumni Association. Today is a very special day that provides a culmination of your days at the Woods. This is a tremendous achievement, and you should be proud, so proud. However, commencement does not indicate an end, but rather a beginning, an opportunity to shape change for our world. And I am so excited to share that we will be with you along your journey. Earlier today, you were provided with a business card displaying a QR code. That code is critical. We ask that you click on the link and complete your information so we can continue to communicate with you, share all of the projects that we are working on, and there are so many projects. Invite you to events that we will be hosting in your area of the state and well beyond. and assist you to network with the thousands of Woods graduates that have come before you. Now, it is my pleasure to invite to the podium one of our most amazing graduates to administer the University Alumni Association oath from the class of 1952. Please join me in welcoming Pat O'Rourke.
I hate to make you stand again, but would you stand, please? And repeat after me. As a proud alumnus of our William Woods University, I do solemnly pledge my continued loyalty through the University Alumni Association. I swear to uphold the noble ideals of service and leadership. And to dedicate myself to further personal and intellectual development. I promise to commit myself to the work of serving humanity. As my life intersects with the lives of others, and to advocate for societal advancement and justice, I will endeavor to achieve my own place among alumni, who by their devotion to this ideal have brought honor and recognition to our William Woods University. I just want to say a few words as I listen in awe at the different degrees that each one of you have achieved. I have heard about them, but to stand and to witness, it is beyond my imagination. And congratulations to all of you. And as you go back out into the world, many of you have your careers. I just pray that God will just give you everything that you need and just bless in your work. And I have to say that I came back, I came here in 1952, graduated with a 2-year degree. And later on, I came back and got another degree and taught at the Missouri School of the Deaf. So I always watch all the interpreters. So I just reach out to all of you that you be blessed in this life, that you love people, be kind, and never let a root of bitterness grow into your heart. And as you go out, be blessed.
Hold on, Pat. We're not going to let you get away that way. Come on, Pat. Come on back. Come on, Pat. Before Pat leaves the stage, I want to share something with our proud graduates. Graduates, I am so honored to share this stage with Pat. I'm not sure if you caught it before, but Pat is a proud graduate of the class of 1952. This means that today she celebrates the 71st anniversary of her graduation. Pat, at 90 years young, I cannot think of a more inspirational role model for these dynamic graduates. Graduates, parents, and friends, platform party, please, let's hear it for our distinguished alumnus, Pat O'Rourke. We'll be covering your Alumni Association dues for a full year. Second, heartfelt congratulations on your tremendous accomplishment, not only for what you have done, but what you will continue to do. And third, a reminder that today is a celebration, an awesome celebration for you. And aligning with that idea, we invite all of our graduates and the wonderful people who have supported them along their journey to attend a very special reception in the amphitheater located behind this building immediately following the commencement proceedings. We would encourage you to join us, eat a little, drink a little, and share some stories about your days at our William Woods University. Thank you so very much. And now it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Sapp back to the stage.
All right. Congratulations, all of you. We're so very proud of you. And with all of that, I will tell you that as of now, the 2023 commencement of William Woods University is adjourned. We will ask guests to please remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and graduates exit the auditorium.